I was not expecting to make a Pokemon Go video today, but I need to now because of the new news that has surfaced about Pokemon Go, and that is, and this isn't a rumor, this isn't clickbait, but Gen 2 is being added to Pokemon Go, I believe, later this week. So it's very soon, and there's a lot of Pokemon being added. The entire Johto region, excluding like legendaries, mythical Pokemon, but basically Gen 2 is being added to Pokemon. This isn't no baby update again. Gen 2. Before we get to the video, guys, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and comment down below how excited you guys are for Gen 2. Now, for anyone who's wondering about Pokemon videos, I'll get to that at the end of the video, but for people who are new and just want to watch the news about this, let's get right into it. So basically, the Pokemon Company, or Niantic, actually made a brand new trailer here, and it's about the new Pokemon update. Obviously, more Pokemon have appeared in the real world, and as you can see, it's just a trailer. If you want to, you could watch it yourself, but basically, it just shows off, you know, it's just like the original Pokemon Go trailer. It just shows off the new Pokemon, some real-life scenes, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you can see it's a bunch of Gen 2 Pokemon, and it's not just those Pokemon. I remember everyone got excited with the new baby Pokemon update, and it was like, oh, it's just the baby Pokemon. But this is different, because this is the entire region. This is what everyone wanted. This is actually Gen 2, which is a step in the right direction. I'll get to why that's also a bad thing at the end of the video as well. But they're adding in, like I said here, it says trainers. They're just telling you about how the new Pokemon are in it. But there are things other than Gen 2 being added into this game, aside from, you know, just the Gen 2 Pokemon. There is the Gen 2 Pokemon, new evolutions, so like Gen 1 Pokemon. I forgot what Gen 1 Pokemon evolve in Gen 2. There are new encounter gameplay, which basically means that there's like new things that can happen while you battle a Pokemon. Well, not battle it. You're not really battling it, but there's new things that can happen, which I'm very curious to see what that is. There's also new berries that are being added, and new avatar stuff. But there's also something else here in the new evolutions category, I believe. And I forgot where it was though, but it said something about gender-specific Pokemon, or gender forms, excuse me. And if you guys don't know what that is, and you don't play the actual, like, if you don't play the Pokemon games now, gender forms for Pokemon is, as you would imagine, it's forms for each gender of Pokemon. So male and female Pokemon get different forms depending on their gender. For instance, let's use the most popular Pokemon, Pikachu. Pikachu's male form has the normal Pikachu tail, but when you look at the female form of Pikachu, its tail is in more of a heart shape, just like Wobbuffet, which is a Gen 2 Pokemon that's going to be added. Wobbuffet is actually, you know, blue Wobbuffet, you know what Wobbuffet looks like, especially if you watch the anime with Team Rocket and all that. But Wobbuffet, the female form of Wobbuffet actually has lipstick. So it's probably the most obvious female form out of all of them, but except for Hippowdon. But aside from that, it is basically just different forms. They don't really do anything to the game. They're just for looks, I guess. But if they're adding in gender forms, and if they're going back on all these Pokemon and adding in these gender forms, are they going to add shinies? And the reason why I'm saying, well, if it were adding shinies, it would say it on this post, right? I would imagine they would probably add shinies as maybe a secret. I don't really know if they would do that, because I don't play Pokemon Go until now, because I've just been burned out of the game because there wasn't really anything new. Now I'm going to start playing it again because there's new stuff, and this come from a fan who likes Pokemon Go. I'm not like a bandwagon or anything, but basically I was thinking about something like maybe they would add in shiny Pokemon as a secret update, kind of. Maybe they would slide it in, because this is a massive update. I think this is the biggest update since the game came out, because we had the baby Pokemon update. That was kind of like a medium-sized update. It just added in the baby Pokemon from Gen 2. But this is like Gen 2, new forms, new clothes. It's like the Pokemon game, but doubled. So I think that's pretty cool. But, like, are they going to add in shiny? Because that's a big deal if they add in shiny Pokemon. Because, well, the reason why I imagine they would keep it secret is because it would cause people to, because they're so rare. Shiny Pokemon are so rare. So I would imagine maybe they'll add it in a secret, and when somebody finds it, it would just go crazy. I would imagine it doing better, though, if they did announce it, though, because if they announced, hey, shiny Pokemon are in the game, people would go crazy. And honestly, I don't know why they didn't add shiny Pokemon yet. You know how many people would love shiny Pokemon? Because there's a genre of Pokemon right now where people actually go out of their way to find shiny Pokemon in the Pokemon games. Imagine if they added in shiny Pokemon. So many people are going to go out of their way just to find shiny Pokemon. And they're so rare, so from a business point of view, it would cause people to just keep on playing more and more and more, which I think is really cool. And another reason why I think they would do this is because this is a Gen 2 update. They're added in gender forms. They're added in Gen 2 Pokemon. Why not add shinies? Those were something that was added in Gen 2. That's such a big thing that was part of Gen 2, and they're not adding it? Like, that's a little weird in my opinion. But still, though, pretty big news. And like I said, this is coming in, it says right here, starting later this week. Not next week, not the week after that, not next month, this week. And it is currently Wednesday. So I'm going to predict it's going to come out either Thursday or Friday. Maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to guess Friday. That's what I'm leaning on. So I'm going to predict that this comes out on Friday. And Gen 2 will be out on Friday. So prepare for this game to become relevant again come Friday. Because everyone was so excited. And I'm not saying it wasn't relevant anyways. Because people say Pokemon Go is dead. But realistically, it's not dead. It still has its users. Compared to what it was, then yes, but it still has its users. The thing is, though, is that it's not mainstream anymore. That is true. It's not really mainstream. But will this make it mainstream again? Because everyone's wanted this. When the Pokemon Baby update came out, people thought that was Gen 2. People flipped like crazy about it. And it's like, oh, it's baby Pokemon. And I think Niantic, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they keep making these updates faster and faster. But why did they do that? That's my question. But I think they learned their lesson that they're not going to tease the new gens like that, because everyone was so angry about that. I believe actually on their channel page, if you look at the dislikes on the baby Pokemon trailer, it has like so many because people thought that was a Gen 2 update. It's like, nah, man, it's just the baby Pokemon. And who cares about the baby Pokemon? I know they're cute and I like them, but they evolve into the Gen 1 Pokemon, though, so there's really no point to them. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they learn their lesson and they don't do that again and they just release the update as it is. Luckily, I don't think Gen 3 has any baby Pokemon like that, so I don't think we need to worry about that. But now, Gen 3. I know Gen 2 is literally just coming out, but wait a second. Don't hate on me just because I'm mentioning Gen 3 already. So Gen 3 is up next, alright? Because Gen 2 is on the way. So if Gen 3 is up next, I wonder if they're going to start releasing this faster, because I don't see a reason why they took so long for Gen 2. I mean, it's been a year. And I heard rumors where people said they're going to add in a new gen every year, which, if that's so, then it looks like it's going that way, because it's been a year. Now they just announced Gen 2 coming this week. So is Gen 3 going to come out next year? So come February 2018, are we going to be seeing, like, Groudon? Not literally, because no legendaries. But are we going to start seeing, like, Gen 3 Pokemon come next year? Or are they going to do it faster? Because, let's be real here. Because by the time they get to Gen 5... Gen 5 is 3 generations ahead. It's going to be the year 2020 by the time they add in Gen 5, if they're going by this yearly schedule. And Gen 2 isn't even that big of a gen with Pokemon, because it's just not that big of a gen. Gen 3 is huge, Gen 4 is huge, Gen 5 is huge, and then Gen 6 and 7 are fairly small. But are they going to speed up the pace with these or not? Let me know down in the comment section down below, because honestly, I think they're going to have to start packing up with the updates pretty soon. Otherwise, this game's going to fall up obscurity. And I'm a Pokemon Go fan, and I don't want to see that happen, because if it takes till... Like, imagine how long it's going to take till Gen 7 comes to Pokemon Go. Gen 7 would come to Pokemon Go. If it went by yearly, it would have to come in by, like, 2022. That's when we get Gen 7 in Pokemon Go. 2022. I don't think the Pokemon Go is going to be that relevant come 2022. But who knows? It might surprise me. That's just my thought about it, though. So I think they're going to have to start releasing these updates soon. I think maybe a rough estimate of when I think a good time for Gen 3 might be would maybe be possibly later this year, like maybe at the end of 2017, maybe early 2018, like I said earlier with the yearly schedules. But they're going to have to start releasing them soon. I don't know what to say. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Gen 2. I'm really not. So I don't really know how long I'm going to keep playing because of this update. I like Gen 2, don't get me wrong. It's one of my first Pokemon games. My first one being Fire Red. But this is possibly going to keep me playing for maybe a few more weeks. Rather than maybe a day like the baby update did. So I'm very curious to see what this is going to go. I wonder if this is going to help Pokemon Go become mainstream again. I'm not going to say it's going to be alive again because it's still alive. Like I said, it still has its users. It's just not mainstream. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. I'm very curious to see if this is going to help out a lot. And I can't wait to start seeing people complain when Gen 3 is going to come out. Okay, so if you guys don't care about my channel and you just want to listen to the news, from now on I'm just going to talk about basically why I'm doing Pokemon videos for my subscribers. So for anyone who's wondering about Pokemon videos on the channel, I might start doing them because I love Pokemon and I want to start adding in some things on the channel that I personally enjoy. I love Pokemon. I always have. My first Pokemon game was Fire Red and Ruby. Those were my first Pokemon games. So I'm a Gen 3 / Gen 4, mostly Gen 4 type of guy. But I really just want to start making these videos for you guys. And yes, I do like Pokemon Go. So if you guys want to see Pokemon Go videos, do let me know down in the comment section below. Because I'll be down to make Pokemon Go videos on the channel. As I feel like this update's going to bring me back to it. Because when Gen 1 was out and people got bored of it, so did I. So hopefully this update, like I said, I think it's going to, because I mean it's 80 new Pokemon, dude, and that's not even counting the fact I never really played the baby updates. So I also have those Pokemon as well. So I have basically Gen 2 and the female and male counterparts, and just everything about this to me is pretty crazy. So guys, comment down below, Gen 2 hype. Are you guys excited or are you guys disappointed? Let me know down in the comment section down below. I don't know why you'd be disappointed. They're literally adding in the Gen 2 Pokemon. Everyone's wanted this. I'm just disappointed personally because of the timing. I think it took too long. I feel like if this maybe came out maybe half a year ago, I feel like maybe it would have been way more hype. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day. And as always, peace out. Bye, everyone.